Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Religious freedom is not bigotry. Silencing it is. Article 1, Section 8 of the Constitution is pretty clear when it states that Congress has the authority to exercise, quote, exclusive legislation in all cases whatsoever, unquote, pertaining to the District of Columbia. While Congress granted the city limited home rule authority in 1973, the fact remains that Congress retains the authority to review and approve all district laws, and it is no secret historically that the district has a history of blatantly ignoring congressional intent that affects the entire country. For example, the District of Columbia even broke the law and funded abortions in 1997 and 98 until it was uncovered, reported in the press, and stopped. It's also mindful to note in what is viewed as a local action is actually something with national implication. In 2012, the Supreme Court unanimously affirmed the right of religious organizations to hire individuals that support the mission of the organization where the individual is responsible for carrying out that. In their decision, Hosanna Tabor versus the EEOC, it states, the interest of society in the enforcement and employment discrimination statutes is undoubtedly important. But so too is the interest of religious groups in choosing who will preach their beliefs, teach their faith, and carry out their mission. When a minister who has been fired sues her church alleging that her termination was discriminatory, the First Amendment has struck the balance for us. The church must be free to choose those who will guide its way, unquote. This from the Supreme Court in a recent decision. There are some progressives, most all, are against murder. So are some and most all conservatives. The difference lies in that conservatives and many others who hold strong religious conviction that God creates life and it begins at conception, and consequently view killing unborn children as murder. It's not that a progressive or a conservative oppose murder, it's the difference that when we think a murder occurs. And violating that view in the forceful implementation of a D.C. law passed in some council by one or two individuals, it is the right of Congress constitutionally in Article 1, Section 8, to hold these things in oversight and in trust for the American people. I, for one, not only stand for protecting life, but I also have defended nearly losing my own life in armed service combat around the globe in defense of the Bill of Rights of the Constitution of the United States. And so today, with my colleagues who I hold in high esteem and have great respect for, it's important to note that we may be called many names and we may have a view pushed upon us that makes us look draconian, but the fact of the matter is the First Amendment protects our religious liberty, and it is something that we should all be willing to die for. And with that, Mr. Chairman, I yield back.